I was just thinking, so Lou did say March 3rd we were going to squeeze. I mean, I don't think there's not one single ape that disagrees with that. He 100% predicted AMC would squeeze March 3rd. Okay, everybody is entitled to a mistake, no big deal. But then he said 7 days later, when the transparency rule went into effect, we were going to squeeze. Then it didn't happen. Then he made the most biggest, gigantic, outrageous claim I think Lou has ever made. He said, if we don't squeeze in the month of March, we're not squeezing at all. Now, since then, Lou's been making a lot more predictions. I think he's saying now that we're potentially going to be squeezing June 1st. He's constantly making predictions. So the thing is, you have to start to really question yourself. What is Lou's motivation at this point? And I'm really starting to believe. Well, I'm not actually starting to believe. I've always believed it. I'm just trying to make you start to believe that I just think Lou is interested in views. That's it. He's interested in making ad revenue on YouTube. And he has to keep the storyline going. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? He can't stop the storyline. Because if he stops this, like, let's say he would have actually stuck to his guns and he would have said, you know what, if we don't squeeze in March, we ain't squeezing at all. Now, let's say he stuck to that. Think about it. He can't make any more AMC, videos. He's got to stop making AMC videos because he's making a claim that we're not squeezing at all if we don't squeeze in March. But don't you find something a little weird? Don't you find something a little odd that after he makes a claim like that, he's now making a new prediction that we're going to squeeze in June? And then what happens if we don't squeeze in June? He'll make another prediction and say we're going to squeeze in July. And what happens if we don't squeeze in July? He's going to make another prediction and say we're going to squeeze in August. And this is probably going to go on month after month. As long as he keeps getting those 30,000 views, 40,000 views a video, he's going to keep coming up with more stories than Walt Disney. Now, the thing is, at some point, I would think, I would hope that you would have enough common sense, enough logic to see you are being played. You are being played by Lou the Master Con Man, who is only interested in making ad revenue. He's only interested in himself. The man is making money hand over fist. Now, let me explain to you again. See, people misunderstand. When I say he's making money hand over fist, I'm not saying to you he's in a good financial position because his life was such a disaster. His life was such a mess that all this money that he's making is basically just fixing his life and bringing it back to a normal state. In other words, the guy robbed 73,000 from senior citizens. Because of all the views he got on YouTube, he was able to pay that restitution back. Okay, that doesn't mean he's rolling in the dough. That doesn't mean he's a super success. It means that he's bringing his life back to a normal state. Okay, now the money that he's making. Okay, I personally believe Lou is looking to buy a house. He's currently living with his mom, you know, under 3 year supervision. I saw he was looking at houses in Florida. Okay, he made a video where he was trying to make some sort of a point that because of the high interest rates and all this stuff, that this house had to go back into the market. He was trying to use it as a way to make a point of that Judgment Day is near. Judgment Day is coming. But you see, the ape father, who happens to be a guy who likes to read between the lines, I'm realizing, well, how did he come up with this ad looking at a house in Florida? Like, what made him do a Google search on this? He's doing a Google search because he's looking to purchase a home. He's looking to purchase a home. So this is the next thing. Now, you might all say, well, listen, good for Lou. God bless. I'm very happy for him, very proud that he's able to do all of these things. But it's like he's doing all of these things, you know, hurting apes, giving false predictions of dates that we're going to squeeze, false claims that he has secret connections, false claims that he's this very successful Wall Street giant that apparently owns penthouses, Porsches, Teslas, you know, book deals, turning down sponsorships, turning down offers from banks that want to bribe him and pay him tens of millions of dollars to walk away from AMC and give up the retail investor. So you see, that's the problem. If Lou was just an entertainer telling his Benito stories, his Luna stories, man, I couldn't care if I wouldn't care if he bought 10 Ferraris. He could buy 10 Lamborghinis and I'd give Lou a thumbs up. But he's making this money while all of us are hurting. And I still am not confident that Lou owns AMC. How do I know Lou's not shorting AMC? How do I know Lou doesn't even own AMC? The only thing that we know about Lou is he's making money. He tries to act, he gives this impression he doesn't make money off apes. But the apes that are clicking on his videos are in essence making him money. So he is making money off the apes. If you think about it, what difference does it make? He tries to make it seem like there's a difference. Oh, super chatting is wrong. GoFundMe pages are wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Selling merchandise is wrong, or whatever the case may be. It all amounts to the same. Because if apes are clicking on your videos, okay, you are making money from the apes, no different than Chad Brewer made money with the GoFundMe page with West Christian, no different than Matt Cross is making money with super chats. You are making money from the apes. Now, like I said, if you were providing some sort of a good service, if you were providing information that was financially benefiting people, more power to you. But everything you're doing is financially hurting the ape community. You said that Clove was going to go to 500. Apes lost a ton of money. You're saying AMC is going to squeeze on March 3rd. It didn't happen. It's going to squeeze a week later. It didn't happen. It's not going to squeeze at all if it doesn't squeeze in March. Now you're saying it's going to squeeze June 1st. I'm just saying that Lou seems to be a guy only interested in making ad revenue on YouTube. And he is making a lot of ad revenue on YouTube. But the question you have to ask yourself, do you feel this is right? Where all of us are all struggling. I'm down $150,000. Some people are down even more. I mean? The thing you have to ask yourself is it right that this guy continuously lies? He's a pathological liar. And I just personally feel that everyone needs to get their eyes wide open, like that song by Creed. Eyes wide open. We need to see Lou's true colors. You gotta see his true colors. That's all I'm saying to you. Entertainment is another thing. True colors is another thing.